What's going on, everyone? All right, we're back with some more Trails of the Reverie. It's your boy Top Cat the Gamer. We're gonna get
Slav
right back into it at the
reminiscence
Slab
activated.
Reminiscence. All right, so this is a secret after beating the game, so I may hold off on this until we get to that point, or I'll think about it. We'll see. But we're gonna go with one step forward. Let's go right into it. New to the channel, tap that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Let's get into it. Oh man. Early March 1207 of the Septian calendar. After commanding the Viceland army in the war, the one-time head of the Maris forces was set to remain principal of Thor's branch campus. To that end, she found herself poring over reams of paperwork. All right. Good old Aurelia, huh? There. I suppose it's about time for a break. Sip the tea. Okay. When I first took this position, I never thought I'd stick with it. Neither did I. I actually thought by now Toll would be principal of this school. She'd have been walked away from this. Just didn't seem like a her thing. She seemed like she definitely belongs like in the army on the front line. Something. This lady's too damn strong to honestly be a principal of a school. That's just the way I see it. But thinking about the changing landscape of the continent, there's great significance behind staying here. I never planned on going back to the provincial army anyway. I need to put my all into being a principal for Lady Mildine as well. Reevaluating the structure of Thor's main campus and the revival of club activities. The main campus is going to see major changes, and the branch campus is going to expand in scope. In addition to a reshuffling of the teaching staff, more hands will be brought on board, and the number of students will increase greatly. For now, it looks like I'll be in charge of the arts. Oh wow, so she's teaching now. Huh. That's it. Instructor Mary and I will have to coordinate, not just when it comes to classes, but clubs as well. So Mary is fully at this one now. If I remember correctly, she's currently back home taking some time off. I remember when she came to me to talk about her romantic woes. It was at a farewell party the night before the Battle of Jormungand. Or Jormungand. Like that, they don't seem to put the R on it sometimes. And I believe Wallace was there as well. Speak of the devil. It's me. What is it? I forgot how she was related to her. I see. Understood. Well now, this should be fun. Is this gonna be her helping her get to Makarov or whatever? Or Makarov somewhere probably thinking about it, smoking a cigarette like he always is. Man, I love this song. Like literally out of this entire series, my favorite song in the entire series. And I still don't know the damn name of it. I got the whole playlist on on Spotify. And still don't fully remember the name. There you are, Mary. I'm sorry for asking you here during such a busy time of the school year. I even caused you to use up some of your valuable vacation time. It's perfectly alright. I managed to finish everything I needed to do. I'm thankful for the opportunity to take a break and come home for once. So what is it you wanted to speak with me about, Father? So this is her dad. Okay, I remember this guy from Trails 3. Well, you see, I'm happy that your career is going so well. However, I suppose there's no sense in beating around the bush. What exactly is your status of your relationship with that man? Do you mean Makarov? Yes, him. A scruffy looking commoner with no sense of the fine arts. I learned you two had been seeing each other for over a year, the night before the Great War started. It was still just a phone call, but I could tell from speaking with him that night that he's a strong-willed sort of man. He's even Professor Schmidt's second disciple. However, what exactly has he done in a half year since? He's still yet to give you a formal proposal or buy you a ring. Yes, but I thought you accepted his explanation when we came to visit. You mean after the war? To be frank, Professor Schmidt still has yet to recognize any of the results I've produced thus far. Until that happens, I won't feel as though I've earned my keep as a professional researcher. Once I've accomplished that, then and only then will I be ready to settle down with Mary. I mean, I actually understand that. Like, he's just saying, like, once he accomplishes that big thing that puts him on the map, that then he'll feel more comfortable marrying her. I mean, think about it. He has some success. He got a name for himself. You know, he can put her in a nice house. And, like, there's nothing wrong with that. So please, I ask that you remain patient for a little while longer. I just needed a bit more time. He just wants to be able to focus on his relationship only and not be trying to do this big accomplishment and do that at the same time. His words were quite impactful, but they lacked convincing. To make matters worse, I haven't heard a single word from him since. Just what are these results he spoke of? Isn't he an instructor first and foremost like yourself? I assure you he has his reasons, even if you of all people find that hard to believe. Enough. I'd rather move on from discussing him. I summon you here today to talk about something else entirely. You have a marriage interview coming soon. What the fuck? Pardon? What in the world are you talking about? I respect the feelings you hold for that man. However, I can tell how unsatisfied his hesitancy has left you. You say he has his reasons, but not even you understand what results he's searching for, do you? No, not specifically, but he still has my support regardless. That may be, but I can't simply stand by and let you wallow in suspense like this. As for this interview, someone very respected was willing to arrange this meeting. It would reflect poorly on our house should you refuse to go through with it now. It's scheduled for tomorrow. I can expect you to be there, yes? This is all so sudden. You put me into a position where I can't refuse. Yes, you can. You just be like, nah, fuck, nah, I ain't doing it. Let me be clear. I'm not forcing you to marry this person. I simply want you to keep your options open. As they say, experience is everything in life. As for who the suitor is, I'll leave that as a surprise. His character is even higher than his social standing, I assure you. Is it Bardius? I saw him in the thing. Wow. That is all. I suggest you get a good night's rest ahead of tomorrow. Father, we're not done talking. I said that is all. Fine. Please excuse me. Sheesh. I get trying to look out for your daughter, but come on, man. Like, really? One step forward. That night. Now he done made us sad. So so that's what this is all about. It's my fault that it's come to this. Please don't blame yourself. I'll be fine. My father said he wasn't going to force anything on me, so you should still respect my decision. Really? Well, that's a relief at least. So does that mean you were at least a little concerned about losing me? A little? More like in an absolute panic. That's the correct thing to say, Makarov. Still, you wouldn't have to go through with this if I were just a little more reliable. That's not how I see it at all. You're working as hard as you can. That's something to be admired. No, getting those results from the old man is just a matter of pride. I'm not going to be the man I ought to be until the job is done. They say I'm that stubborn old goat's second disciple, but I left the Institute without presenting a capstone project. Just look at everything George and Tita have already accomplished at their ages. Compared to them, I'm pathetic. I hate to say it, but he does have a bit of a point. So would you happen to be at the branch campus research building again today? Yeah, Iron Hill Keep is here, and that makes for the perfect testing ground. The main campus is no slouch, but this is sort of the professor's home turf. I suppose it would be. I'll take the results of your project are still confidential then. Yeah, sorry about that. It's all got to stay under wraps until it's complete. Oh yeah, that's right. The tier thing that he finally came up with. I promise you'll be the first one to know once that old man's satisfied. And once that's done, I'll be paying your father another visit. You don't have to worry about that. My father may be impatient, but I'm in no rush. Take your time. It's getting late, so I should go. Please try not to push yourself too hard. I won't. I've only got one class tomorrow, so I was thinking of pulling an all-nighter. But just for you, I'll take it easy. Talk to you soon. He's neck deep in his research as ever. Makarov tries to hide it, but I can tell how concerned he is about me. It would be selfish to ask for more than that. But just once, I wish he'd say he was going to come rushing to my side. No, this only goes to show how much faith he has in me. I need to show the same faith in him. I'll have to politely turn down whatever suitor father has arranged for tomorrow. Interesting. And so the day of the arranged marriage meeting arrived. Much to everyone's surprise, the mediator for this said event was none other than the ruler of the Sutherland province, Marquis Hyarms. I'm sorry. However, the arranged partner Mary was to meet came as an even greater surprise. Oh, it is Bardius. It's weird. I can actually see that relationship. Brigadier General Wallace. Oh, excuse me. You were recently promoted to Major General, as I recall. It's fine. I wouldn't expect you to call me by my rank anyway. I believe the last time we saw each other was the evening before the Great War. Yes, I believe so. So good to see you again. But there hasn't been some sort of mistake, has there? Don't be so rude, Mary. Please forgive my daughter's behavior, your lordship, Major General. It's all right. Her surprise is understandable. Major General Bardius has quite the reputation in Sutherland, but he's hardly known as a ladies' man. I thought he's from Nord. Huh. He's been approached about potential partners for a marriage before, but he's never accepted even once. It's as the Marquis says. This is my first time meeting with a partner for an arranged marriage. That's because I had never felt anything toward a potential suitress until now. Though I've only met Lady Mary once before, I became somewhat of a secret admirer of hers. Okay. What sort of man would I be if I let the opportunity like this pass me by? I had to accept. Damn. Okay. Well, put it out there. You feel that way about me, Lord Wallace? Well then, I'm happy that my daughter won the favor of such a man such as yourself. I mean, don't get me wrong. Makarov got some competition right there. And Bardius is an absolute badass. I'm mad in this entire series that we didn't really get to know more about that dude. He's a badass to me. I recall speaking with Lord Wallace and Lady Aurelia about my romantic troubles the night of the party. How should I know? I mean, he should know how I feel. So why is he doing this? In that case, I imagine things should go quite smoothly. Yes, so it seems. For as a crowd, wouldn't you say? Why don't we give them some privacy? Take as long as you need you to. Oh boy, House Althine or Althine and House Bartius are among the most distinguished families in Sutherland. It was my pleasure to serve as mediator. I'll be expecting good news. Maybe he learns his spear stuff from the Nord, because I thought he was from Nord. I'll do what I can. So maybe he's doing it to help Makarov, like maybe push Makarov into doing it. Maybe push Makarov into making a move actually, instead of just sitting back chilling. St. Arc, it truly is a wonderful and charming city, don't you think? Before it was the chalk color it is today, it was the shining white beacon that served as a capital following the calamity of Dark Ages. And once peace returned, it became the home of Erebonia's renaissance of the fine arts. I almost says resistance. What the fuck? Correct. It's said that Sutherland's warmer climate played a hand in sparking people's interest and desire for the arts. That's how House Althine or Althine. I'm gonna go with Althine. Seems like it's more thine than theme, so we'll say House Althine came to own several works of art from the era of the old capital. I'm always wrong, anyways, when I end up finding out the pronunciation of this shit. What about what about your house, Lord Wallace? Well, House Barty planted its roots in Erebonia after the War of the Lions. So it has a lot of heirlooms from that era. Oh, okay, so they moved from Nord. Okay. Still, I've always been fonder of paintings and music personally. That's part of what draws me to you as a teacher of the arts. You don't say. It's very flattering. How about I buy us some drinks? We can sit on one of the benches and chat some more. Well, alright. It's not quite the same as resting at a cafe, but it sounds delightful in its own way. By putting the Riz game on, boy's hollering, man. He putting it in there. Okay. I never thought of it that way. It's just my own personal interpretation. That said, I didn't take you for the type to have such a deep knowledge of the arts. I'm truly impressed. Maybe so, but I can never compare to you. Your wisdom of the field goes far beyond your years as an instructor. Please, you flatter me. I have to admit that I didn't expect to have such a lively conversation with you about the arts. Do you have conversations like this with Lady Aurelia often? Well, I'd be lying if I said we haven't had our share of meaningful conversations. Though we haven't had the time to talk together like this in some time. I always thought that those two were kind of like had that thing for each other. You know, they were friends, but it's something there, but she's so tough that he doesn't kind of go at her. So I always kind of thought it was kind of this hidden thing between him and her, but behind like closed doors, they were getting it on type of thing. But it's strange to see that she really is, I guess, just like a sister in a type of way to him. My apologies for bringing this up so suddenly, Lady Mary. But were you truly shocked when you realized I was the one here for you today? Yes, but you don't have to apologize. The way I responded back at the estate was unbecoming. I'm sorry for that. I believe I've fully gathered my thoughts on the situation now, and I better understand your true intentions. Do you now? I haven't forgotten the advice you gave me on matters of the heart during the send-off party before the war. If I had to guess, you're doing this to help my family retain its respect. You took this meeting knowing full well how it would end, didn't you? I'm truly sorry for getting you involved in House Althine's internal matters. Not at all. I believe there has been a fundamental misunderstanding between us. There has? I spoke the truth when I said I was quite fond of you. Did you think those weren't my true feelings? Pardon? I'm well aware of how you feel toward Makarov. Given that, It may be uncouth of me to confess my feelings to you now of all times. Though just the same as him, I'm at the age where it's time I started to seriously consider marriage, even if there are obstacles in my way. It's only natural I give an earnest attempt to pursue someone who would be a good fit as my partner. And that someone is me? Yes, and it all started on the night of that party. I saw a wholeheartedly and loyally. I'm sorry, I saw how wholeheartedly and loyally you cared for Makarov, irrational as it may be, that drew me to you. So much so that I quietly grew to resent him for making you wait like you have. I couldn't help but think that I would never treat you that way. Ugh, oh boy. Yeah, I painted that boy into a bad picture, man. I'm aware that confessing these feelings now will only increase the burden that's weighing on you. Like I said, I do understand why Makarov was doing it the way he was doing it. And, I do get it. But yeah, I mean, you can't always expect somebody to wait too, so, you know. But I couldn't simply give up. I'm a stubborn man who let his pride get in the way. I'm sorry, Lady Mary. I can only imagine how confusing this must be for you. Nevertheless, I want you to understand that my feelings are genuine. Is he serious? If you still don't believe me, then there's something I'd like to have you accompany me. Somewhere I'd like to have you accompany me. Would you do the honor? I like this song too. This is a good one. You were referring to Chardin Boutique? But why here? Because there's something I'd like to get for you, if that's alright. Consider it a testament to just how sincere my feelings are. I don't know what to say to that. I can't possibly reciprocate, even if your feelings are sincere. Makarov is the one she said, the one I love. Uh-oh. As I said, I'm well aware that what I'm doing is rather unrefined and possibly even unreasonable. All I ask is that you hear me out. Crap, sorry about that. I get the sense there is something about your and Makarov's relationship that is still in doubt. That's because he's not necessarily wrong. Father has picked up on that too. That's why he's been so concerned. That look on your face tells me you're aware of this as well. All the more reason I can't simply back down. What's this? I know a ring would be a bit too sudden, but I hope you can accept this. He presented her with a stunning corsage. Is this a Marguerite? Yeah, Marguerite corsage. That's right. In the language of flowers, the Marguerite means true love. It represents my feelings towards you. True love. I also ask that you consider social standing as two people that both come from noble houses. I'm only the son of a baron, but I do have an accomplished military career under me. That seems to be enough to satisfy a count outline. And as a man, I'm confident I can make you happy. Damn, boy, putting it on them, man. Given the direction things have gone since the war, I suspect the next era will be a trying one for the nobility. Our house could support one another, through it, if we were together. I suppose that's true. It's all right. I'm not asking for an immediate answer. My only hope for today was for us to get to know each other better. I know how unreasonable it would be to expect an answer so soon. So I think we should end things here. I'll come for your answer tomorrow. I hope you'll think carefully about who the best partner for you really is. Well then, I'll take my leave for now. I'll be looking forward to the good news. Shit. How did it come to this? What do I tell Makarov? The best partner for me. How do I truly feel? I mean, obviously you love one guy and the other guy asked you to be with him. That's not the same. And so the following day, it sounds as though you two had quite the productive day yesterday. I understand you asked us here because there's something you want to say. What is it? Could it be that you've agreed to accept the Major General as a suitor? I'm ready for your answer if you are, Lady Mary. Very well. I spent all of last night giving serious consideration to my response. While I'm incredibly flattered and grateful for your feelings, Lord Wallace, I'm afraid I cannot return them. Are you certain? Oh dear. Might I ask why? It's rather simple. Because I'm in love with Makarov. What they thought she was going to say? Are you really? Yes. Please forgive me for being rude, but you're sure that that love is real? Of course I am. In that case, could I ask you to explain your feelings to us? I need to hear ample reason why I can never win your heart the way he has. Well, if I'm being honest, I don't know how to explain it myself. Would starting at how Makarov and I first met suffice? Go on. This is a good opportunity for me to learn as well. Please continue, Mary. I was still a naive, sheltered girl when I was first hired by Thor's. I didn't know whether I was cut out for teaching. My first days were full of stumbles, and I felt as though I was always causing problems for my colleagues. I recall Makarov in particular being rather cold. I even considered him frightening. But as we interacted more and more, I came to know his true character. Yes, at first glance, he could seem slovenly and come across as aloof. I don't think that's him seeming that way. I think that's just how he is. But the truth was, he was watching over me more than anyone else. Makarov was giving me help and advice in his own nonchalant way. That isn't to say he was giving me special treatment. It was simply who he was. And as the days passed, I began to respect him for it without even realizing. I even grew fond of the heartwarming relationship he holds with his niece, Mint. And then, after the Civil War ended, my feelings became all too clear to me. It wasn't just respect I felt towards him. Oh, isn't that something? But why him of all people? Father, does a 10-year age gap and difference in social standing bother you that much? I mean, that would bother me too, so it's natural her father feels that way. I don't believe any of that matters when it comes to the matters of the heart. Well,
I understand that I'm a sheltered woman who lacks enough life experience to lecture anyone on the matters of the heart.
I do not like her voice.
But I
That's
believe
just
in
me.
my heart that my love for Makarov is true, and I wish to make our love come true.
It just sounds weird. I don't know.
And so, I must apologize. Perhaps it would be better if we forgot this arrangement was ever proposed.
So that's how it is. I see how deep your feelings for Makarov run now.
Then, does that mean you...
You feel that strongly about him, Mary?
How could any of us deny it after hearing all that?
I would urge you not to be so hasty, Lady Mary.
The hell? That voice, is it? Hey, I was wondering where you were. Please pardon my intrusion, Lord High Arms and Count Alfheim, sorry. I understand an arranged marriage is being discussed today. It was only right for me to drop what I was doing and come straight here. Whatever do you mean? Are you saying you're in favor of this arranged marriage, your ladyship? That I am. But why? I cannot deny that your feelings for Makarov are genuine, Lady Mary. However, right, there's still the matter of how Makarov feels himself feels. I'm sorry. Shit, damn. I can recognize that you do indeed love him, but what if that love is unrequited? His tone is so much more serious than before. I assure you that isn't the case. I know he feels the same about me. If that's the case, why is it that you two haven't been seeing each other much as of late? Did he not leave you behind and take his research to the branch campus hangar? Yes, he has been and leaves. But that's because there is an important project Makarov has no choice but to finish. You don't sound very sure of yourself, Lady Mary. Again, I cannot deny that the two of you share a genuine bond. But could the same not be become true of yourself and Wallace? I've known this man since we were students, and never once has he let me down. I feel like there's some type of plan going on between them. I don't know. He has always met my expectations and lent his support as a noble soldier and comrade. And if directed, that loyalty to someone he loved, I have no doubt he would devote himself to them. He would never leave your side and keep you waiting. He would live up to your expectations and become a better partner to you than Makarov ever could. Something tells me you suspect that as well. Even Count Le Guin recognizes that the kind of man that the Major General is. Mary, I understand how sincere your feelings are. All I want is for you to choose a partner who will prioritize your happiness above all else. That is my only wish as your father. I know, Father, but I can't possibly change how I feel so easily. What can I say to them? Makarov,
Now hold your horses.
There he is. That man said, fuck no.
If anybody's gonna be by Mary's side, it should be me.
Makarov? Looks like we made it just in the nick of time. What a shame. I was hoping to see what would happen if you took you longer. You can be a real bully sometimes, you know that? What are these? Well. It looks splendid. Is this the machine I've been hearing so much about? The new Soldat you've been developing with the aid of Schwarzer and the others. Is it finished? Yeah, I even got Professor Schmidt to acknowledge it as my capstone project. It'll still be a while before it's announced to the public, so keep this a secret. But now that it's done, there's nothing stopping me from standing at your side. I'm finally a man worthy of you. Oh, Makarov. Worthy, eh? A little ironic when you say your project is what kept her waiting and led to you interrupting an arranged marriage proposal in the first place. I'm not going to make any excuses. What I do know is that I could never call myself a man again if I didn't stop what was happening. I know I half-assed some important things when it comes to a lot of things in life. I'm always shooting myself in the foot, be it with research or Mary. But she loves me for who I am. And better yet, she's the most devoted person I've ever met. And I'm not just talking about our relationship. Mary has everything I lack. She's the other half I've been missing. She's also the most beautiful and charming woman I've ever met. Goodness, and all of that scared me. I doubted myself. I may be older than her, but I'm hardly any more experienced when it comes to love and all that. Do I even deserve to be with her? More importantly, can I truly make her happy? When I heard about this suitor business, for a brief moment, I thought it was for the best. I simply lacked confidence in myself. Deep down, I knew that producing results with my research was only an excuse. But now, I have what it takes to harden my resolve. I'm not going to deceive Mary or myself anymore. I'm sorry, Major General, but I'm not letting you or anyone else have her. I don't care about the difference in social standing, how decorated you are, or if you're better suited for her than I am. Nothing's going to change how I feel about her. You tell him. Well, when you put it like that, if you feel that strongly about Lady Mary, then I humbly concede. That look in your eye tells me everything I need to know. I won't stand in your way. It was a very good, very heartfelt speech. A daddy mad on the inside, he like seething. But are you sure this is what you want, Mary? He keep giving her chances. Please, no, not Makarov. I am, Father. Oh my, that's all well and good, but I do believe everyone gathered today to see a marriage be arranged. I wouldn't want to disappoint them. If you're so resolved, then why don't you make it official? What? Agreed. I think that would be an entertaining way to close out the afternoon. What do you think, Lord High Arms and Count Althine? But of course, yes, I suppose there's nothing else to do at this point. That boy is fuming, man. You've got this, Uncle Makarov. That's fucked up. I feel like they forced my boy into it.
I'm not a perfect man. I'm still immature in a lot of ways, and I know I can be a handful at times. But I know there's nothing we can't beat, so long as we hold on to the love we have for one another.
Damn, where the ring came
You're
from?
someone I need in my life, Mary. So, please, will you marry me?
Oh, Makarov. Of course I will. Nothing would make me happier.
No, the tears. Yeah, I feel like they did that. I feel like Aurelia and Barty set this up. Like they were trying to push him into it. I really do appreciate your concern and help through all this. Sorry about all the fuss, Your Lordship. No need to apologize. I'm grateful I had the chance to see something so wonderful today. Don't mention it. Something tells me things would have worked out between you two without the theatrics. Oh, and about the Marguerite corsage I gave you yesterday. Consider it an engagement gift from me to both of you. Lord Wallace, does this mean you planned for all this from the beginning? Sheesh, how am I supposed to top that? I'm sure you'll have plenty of opportunities. The General sure did take me for a ride, though. Whatever do you mean? Wallace was the one who requested my help, but after reflecting on it, I thought it would be more interesting to set him up with you. And I wouldn't mind arranging for it again should Sir Makarov here fail to meet my expectations. I knew it. I just fucking knew it. I'll pass on incurring that wrath, thanks. You really are something else, you know that? Pardon me if I'm being too presumptuous, Wallace, but perhaps it's time for you to take a step forward as well. Yep. You got me there. Yep, go ahead, dude. Go on, talk to Principal Gwen. Oh, want to tell us what's so funny? Pipe down. Keep your nose out of other people's business for once. Come on. You two wouldn't have got it together in the first place if it weren't for me. That is facts. That's true. She's not wrong. I feel like I owe men a lot for pushing us together a few years ago. Sure, but don't go encouraging her. That's a slippery slope. But I guess I owe it to you for coming in with me today. It meant a lot. That's more like it. You're very welcome. Jeez, how many times do I have to tell you to be more honest about your feelings? Don't let it go to your head, kid. Regardless, today has been a joyous day, wouldn't you say? As long as you're here, could I interest you in joining us for dinner? We can begin with the wedding planning with over drinks. That sounds great. I'd be happy to. Shall we be off then? Yep, Barty, it's about time you make your move. People have a way of defining expectations, don't they? Lady Mary was certainly surprised, but I also didn't expect Sir Makarov to fight so valiantly. I know what you mean. Maybe I could learn a thing or two from him. Oh, from the sound of it, you were courting her with everything you had. I find it hard to believe it was all just a performance. Who can say? Anyway, Lady Aurelia, if you have some spare time, would you care to cross blades with me? After a practice duel, are you? Oh, sorry. After a practice duel, are you? It's been a while since we last did battle. Very well. On the condition that it be on horseback. Damn. Okay. Are you sure? Why not? I'm feeling nostalgic for the duel we had during our academy days. It's a memory that I could never forget. My only regret is that there was no victor. Do you really consider it a draw? I was the president of the riding club, and you were a fresh-faced first year. You may as well have won. Not at all. I've never been satisfied with that result. I know when to admit defeat. We really do have a phenomenal first year on our hands. To the victor goes the spoils. Since you won, you can make one request of me as club's president. What do you desire? Aurelia had it going on, man. Look at her. I don't believe this to be a true victory, though I will answer your question, even if it was a draw. My goal is to demonstrate the potential of the sword, and to do so, I am to become the commander-in-chief of the world itself. Damn, okay. Should Adios allow that to pass, and my wish is for you to support me as my right-hand man. That's pretty much what happened. That day really takes me back. In retrospect, that was probably where it all began. Why the smirk? It's nothing. Just thinking this is as good as an opportunity. I'll face you with everything I have so that this duel's outcome will be more to your liking. Will you now? I should be the one telling you that.
I have no intention of losing here, Sir Wallace Bardius.
I can't remember the last time you were so formal to me. But enough talk. Prepare yourself, Aurelia Le Guin.
Yeah, there's sparks there, man. Which she got a lot of defensive walls that he gonna have to get past. All right, a true storm bell. I think I already have one of those, as a matter of fact. But that was pretty good. It's a decent one. All right, I'm gonna end here, and when we come back, we'll be moving on to the rest of. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'll come back after I get the other ones because I want to save the secret one for last, and then we got some conversations we need to have with people before we hit to the seventh stratum. So when we come back, we'll be doing the seventh stratum, and you know what? Yeah, I'll do that, and before I get to the end, I'll do the trial doors and everything like that. But thank you guys for rocking with me. I appreciate everybody checking out the vids as always. If you're new to the channel, tap that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.